What's up, guys? Hayden here with another video this morning. Shooting my second video. I try and do them all at one time. I just don't have the time, because I'm actually working here and trying to build something. It takes a lot of time to do content, and it's not even like the actual shooting of it. It's thinking about what you want to do and kind of framing it to get it ready, and you got to do thumbnails and all this other stuff. But anyways, today I want to talk about the buy box, which is the most important thing. I just had 2 followers asking me about buy box. When am I going to get the buy box? What is the buy box? How do I get the buy box? So in a nutshell, the buy box is basically the offer in a spot, like the spotlight offer, the one that Amazon is highlighting for everyone to see. It's where 85% of the sales take place, I believe it is. So you absolutely need to get the buy box. It's imperative that you get the buy box. And I have, I have data for people that are wondering when you are eligible. The question is, you don't know and you won't know. It's whenever they feel that you are. I just spoke with my brother. My brother got the buy box on the end of month 2, and his sales were approaching 5,000 in sales. I just spoke with my buddy Eric over in Georgia. What's up, brother? He got the buy box. What was it? He's 6 months in. I'm sorry. I just mixed up who it was. It wasn't Eric. It was Kyle. Sorry, Kyle. Kyle's been selling for 6 months, and he said, he hasn't even he's barely been doing it part-time. So his active units were, I think he only has 380 units in stock, active units in stock, and it took him 6 months. So, I think the moral of the story here is the more units in stock, the more sales, right? And I think the faster that you start to get eligible for your books. Now, the way that you're able to check if you're buy box eligible is to go into your Seller Central account. And I always recommend, for me, the easiest way is you just log in your account. You click on the inventory tab, not manage FBA inventory, manage inventory. And then if you scroll down, you look at your products, you'll go all the way to the right, and there's a tab that says buy box eligible. And if you have dashes through all of yours, you're not. If you are eligible, it's just going to simply say yes next to them. So at any point, you can always go through and look at that. Make sure, though, also, if you're looking, make sure that there's, it's going to have a dash if you have 0 available inventory next to that listing. So make sure to filter first by available. Make sure you have that one book in stock, and then look over to the right, and it'll tell you if you're eligible for the buy box. Now, you might have to add that filter in. I think, I'm not sure if I had to add it, or the preferences. You go to preferences. Let me see. I want to make sure for you guys. Buy box. Yes. You have to go to the preferences tab, which is on the right-hand side of that page, and you need to check buy box eligible. There's a ton of boxes to check in there on the column display, but make sure buy box eligible is checked. And then another thing, so here's what determines buy box, who wins the buy box. If you want to get the buy box quick, I would recommend that you price at the buy box when you're listing books. And then when you do get buy box eligibility, and that's if you want to get it fast and quick, and also get your ratings going quicker, is pricing at the used buy box. But once you do attain it, I don't think there's any evidence to suggest that you lose the buy box if you don't price at the buy box consistently, because I do that. So it hasn't affected me. I've been selling for 8 months now, so I think you'll be totally fine. But again, it's not like if you gain it and lose it, you can't get it back. It's just all based on sales history, pricing, volume, all that stuff. So I wouldn't worry about that, guys. And also, one more little piece of advice, because I do this all the time, and this will affect you getting the buy box and retaining it, is watch your feedback ratings like a hawk. If you get a negative rating, you want to get into your feedback tab. It's called the feedback manager. And immediately first, see if you can strike. It's called striking it through. If you get a bad review, see if you can strike it through. So what you do is you go look at where the review is. You go over to the right of that column where it says actions, and you go down and you do request removal. Now, I'm going to read this right from Amazon itself. Amazon only removes feedback in the following cases. The feedback includes obscene language. The feedback includes seller-specific, personally identifiable information. The entire feedback comment is a product review. So that's a good one there. I've gotten a lot removed for that. They thought like they basically gave you a feedback as if it was a comment on, like, this book was a terrible read, I didn't like it. That's not a feedback. That's not acceptable for a feedback. So you can strike that through immediately, and that's done automatically. You just click, did the feedback you received meet any of the criteria above, yes or no? You click yes, it'll strike it through right then. And there was one more bullet I wanted to read. Strike through feedback if it is regarding fulfillment or customer service for an order fulfilled by Amazon. Guys, I've had dozens of these where order arrived late, didn't receive order, whatever it is, they will take those off immediately. So always monitor that. Every time I log in, I look over at my ratings to see if they've changed. I have awesome ratings. I have 100% positive feedback in the last 365 days, with my lifetime at 99%. I only have one bad feedback, and it was a 3-star, and that was actually on one of my private label products. So wasn't even books. So anyways, that's super valuable advice right there. In fact, one of my buddies who started selling books, he was doing good. And what happened was he got a bad feedback. He got a 1-star. Because what was the reason? He sent in a book it was on the listing. It said hardcover, but he sent a soft cover book. So they gave him a 1-star for that. And he tried to strike it through. He tried to reach out. Didn't let it happen. His sales literally plummeted because that was one of the only ratings he had. And he lost buy box. He lost all that stuff because he wasn't eligible anymore. And his sales completely flatlined. So he's kind of in this, like, it's a bad situation. I think if any of you get in that situation, the only way to get out of that, I think, is, because it's kind of an unfair thing. It's like you're stuck in a rut. Like, how do you get out of that? If you're not getting the sales anymore, how do you get more positive reviews? I think first thing is make a good case for Amazon. So what you can do, and I've done this with private label products because I've had that in the past, is you can send them screenshots of your chat with the customer. So if you did something like that on accident, you can go, hey, here was what happened. Here's my response. I provided a solution. So AKA you sent him a refund. You said, I'm so sorry. Here's a refund for you. That was totally my fault. And it was an honest mistake. Have that screenshotted. Also the refund screenshotted with the order number, and send that to seller support. I guarantee you, like 95% that they could remove that, because a feedback is not a review. A feedback is based on the seller, right? It's the seller's performance. So look, if that happened and you were deceiving and you didn't even try and give them a refund and you just said screw it, that's bad business practices. That's being a terrible seller. But if you're trying to make things right and you're giving Amazon a good name and providing great customer service, which they're all about, they should be on your side and they should be able to help you with that. So that's my take on all that stuff, guys. As always, hit the like button for me if you did like the video. Please tell friends and family, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I would love some input on the comment section on things you'd like to know more about. I'm always looking for the next piece of content to make videos on. It's all, there's not much to it, you guys. So that's why I'm not throwing out multiple videos a day. But anytime I do, see where there could be something very valuable, I do want to get it out to you. So if you guys see something I haven't done, you have any questions, please let me know below. Also, if you have any direct questions you want to ask me for whatever reason, you can email me instead of, throw it in the comments section. My email is haydenaqulon@gmail.com. Anyways, guys, have a great Friday. Talk soon.